Hello. Hey, Kiro. Tonight we're going to do this, the Nekrosor Ammentar, which Necros are like my favorite to do. They're like a comfort food to do for miniatures because the formula or the recipe for painting them is like super easy. And time permitting, if we get this guy done, since he's just one figure, I figure he might be a couple hours. He doesn't look that complex, but sometimes it can be complex because I don't know if you can see, but he's got like floaty bits around his base. And those can be a hassle sometimes. But if we have time, then I've got some stealth suits or Space Wolf scouts. And that's what we're doing tonight. And no music because, man, I didn't realize, like, I went back and watched that stream and my microphone is terrible or whatever, but it just picked up terribleness. Well, let's see. Okay, so let me get this aimed down. Let's see. Maybe I can zoom in. I'm trying different. I'm trying a little like tripod thing on the camera. Let's see if I can get it adjusted. How's that? Maybe that's working. Well, no, that's got to be a little bit more. Yeah, make sure to get my soda. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mr. D, what's up? I was just going to put together this guy tonight and see how it goes. And he does not look that complex. It looks like he's just got 2 sprues. You're working on some Necron. Oh, yeah, hey. Very cool. They've gotten some good stuff lately. Pull my sleeves up. I have to admit, though, I got the new Catan Nightbringer, and then I saw Pete the Wargamer's thing, and I did a conversion of the Catan into Sanguinius, because everything is Sanguinius ultimately. But let's see. Nice. I don't even know this guy's stats. He has a pistol that does strength 6 -2, 1 wound each. So that's not that good. His melee is pretty good. He gets 12 attacks, 6 is strength 10, 6 is strength 6. Let's see. What figure would you recommend for beginners? Well, any of the push fit figures, because those are usually less things. So I'm trying to think what's push fit for 40K now. I mean, the combat patrols are usually pretty good. I'm not sure, like the new Ultramarine Combat Patrol has some good stuff, but I'm not sure. They used to be, the old set used to be straight from the box set of Leviathan, and so a lot of those were push fit. But anything like that would be kind of cool. Or if you're looking for Age of Sigmar, then Vindictors are very good and quick to do. And they're also really easy to paint because you basically prime them gold, do a little golem and flesh, and then you pick out the highlights or the details, rather. But yeah, okay, so let's get started on Nekrosor. Well, no, I mean, push fit, you can't customize it as much, and they're simpler. But for a beginner, that's like a good starting area because they still look decent in their pose. They have a single pose, but still. Okay. But like Intercessor Squad, I think for a beginner, an Intercessor Squad would be good because that gives you a lot of freedom and you can do a lot with them, and they come with lots of extra pieces. So if you're doing that, Kiro, then I'd recommend that. But for now, let's see. I'm going to take a look at the sprue first. It's kind of cool. I like the, it seems to be doing a lot more elaborate bases, which I kind of like, but I also kind of like having the option of not using them. Why don't I like? Oh, you're talking to Mr. D. Okay. But from my point of view, like push fit, they're less free to customize since they're monopose, or they're harder to customize for me. Let's see, 2 and 3. I have no idea how long this guy is going to take. Let's see. Can you guys hear me okay? Hey, Smooth Jazz. Because the speaker was acting up a little bit earlier. Or not speaker, microphone. Oh, really? Mr. D, which ones did you give you trouble with, the push fit? Because I've usually found them to be more engineered in general. Thanks, Jazz. And thanks, Kiro. Smooth Jazz again and Kiro. Let's see. Okay. You know what? I'm actually not going to cut ahead too much with this because he has a lot of parts that are very similar to each other since he's basically just a big snake. So we'll see. For me, also with push fit figures, is I don't trust them to be push fit. Like I still end up gluing them, because I've had too often like a push fit figure where I just sort of like, do the push fit and then I try to paint it and parts will fall off or wiggle a lot while I'm painting it. Space Marines and tunas. Oh, the gaps. Why are you getting? That's weird. I don't usually get gaps. Are you shaving them after you cut them out? Oh yeah, good. Yeah, just paint it. Oh, okay. Because I found that if you don't get all the stuff off of the pieces of plastic, then sometimes they don't push together. Those are the only times I've had like a push fit not work well for me. Glue paint, yeah. I use commercial break, extra thin to my cement, mainly because I like it has a tiny little brush on it, and that makes it a lot easier to use. I don't like the big, like the spigot for Citadel, and those are the only two that I have experience with lately. I haven't used anything like once I got Tamaya, I just didn't go anywhere. Yeah, I'd agree. Yep. Tamaya just a lot of Tamaya products just seem to work well. I mean, not to be a goof for them, but like almost every single. Well, actually, they have a decal solution that melted paint on me. So don't use their decal solution if you've already painted the figure, like or maybe if the figure is still a little bit wet. Which makes sense, but I thought it was dry, and I still melted paint off of the side of it. I don't remember what it was called. Got it in my cabinet still. Okay. So let's see. 1 and then 2 goes on his chest here, which I missed a spot. Dry fit. That's a good fit. Push fit Space Marine. That's a good squad though. And that's actually, you can actually reasonably customize it because they made it so you could put like chapter markings and stuff on it. Like if you get actually Kiro, if you can get $100 together, the starter set is very good because that has Terminator Squad, Infernus Squad, Space Marine Captain, and then a bunch of Tyranids that you can sell if you want to, or have some Tyranids. You know. Okay, this goes up here. Is this the right thing? No, this is the wrong thing. This goes right there. Okay. And you get like the rule book and some dice and junk too. Cool, Kira. That's a good one because then you get Terminator Squad and Terminator Captain is a fun core to build around just because it's also Terminators are a lot of fun to paint and they don't have a very complex paint scheme usually depending on the chapter, but usually pretty straightforward. All right, so this goes here, and then this little part goes here. That's freaky. Okay. This snake dude reminds me of Slanesh. Slanesh figures that you put together. Okay, and there. Looks like, I would say 50% of this model parts are his tail, various sinewy things. But okay, so next part, you need 6 and 7 and 8. Oh, he has like a cool scythe at the end of his tail. Look at that scythe. For making friends. Although Kiro, I was just thinking, the starter set, when they release the new edition, which should be in the next few months probably, those, be careful, their prices are going to go up. So people might start scalping them. So be careful when you go to buy it. Because on Amazon, what they'll do sometimes is they'll have a price that is seemingly normal, but then they'll charge like $20 or $30 for shipping. Kind of crummy. Or a good chunk for shipping, depending. I'm taking these like one at a time because they all look the same to me. I don't want to mess this up. Put the wrong thing on the wrong part. Oh, tariffs. That's right, you're in South America, aren't you? Rough. Very rough. Well, what you might want to do if there's other Warhammer people around you, or find like maybe a Tyranid player and see if he wants to split it. If you want to do Marines, and if you want to go do Tyranids, let's see if you can split it. The Marine part sells for a lot. Like a lot of people will pay the regular price for Marines and then just keep the Tyranids. But that's what they used to be like for the Titus figure you could get from where was it? Target, I think. Was people would buy it and then just for the Titus figure and then sell the Tyranids from it. Okay, so this is, let's see, is this part 7? Yeah, this is 7. This is 6. 7 goes like this. Okay, so let's get that. Okay. And then this goes on here. It becomes very coiled. Want to hold this for a little bit. What are the basics to start? I mean, you mainly need the rules. Well, like I said, the starter set would probably be a good thing to buy first off, just because you get some good value from it, and you also get some bad guys, to fight against. You get dice, you get the rule book. Although I think you can get the rules online, um, so that you need dice and some terrain. But anything can be terrain, really. At this point, you could take a sheet of paper and say that's a building. There, that's your terrain. If you're just interested in playing the game, if you're wanting to model though, then yeah, the starter set and practice, practice on the Infernus Marines. I would recommend because they're the cheapest ones, and they're the ones that you don't mind dying as much. So hey, get them off the board quick. All right. Okay, this guy's tail is huge. It makes sense since he's a big snake. But yeah, gluing with fingers. All right, page 2. All right, this needs to dry. We'll put that over there. Now we're working on the base. Watch here, my snips. She has a giganto base. Is that? It's like 80 millimeter, 75 millimeter, something like that. But yeah, starter set, I would say. Do you have a like a game store near you? Because the last one I went to, which is not exactly near me, what they had was they have a used section, and you could get core rule books for Warhammer pretty cheap because a lot of people would buy like multiple sets of various editions and then just get rid of the rule book. Let's see. I have a vibe that this guy is going to be quick. Oh, okay, that's too bad, man. Do you have other people around you that are interested in playing or getting into playing? Because that could be helpful. Because then you guys can like split the costs at times, pool your resources. Mr. D, what are you building, by the way? Yeah. Warhammer is decidedly a niche sort of thing. Pretty huge in Europe, but it's also getting bigger in America. I think Space Marine 2 has a lot to do with that. Getting into the zeitgeist, which is a good game. Well, D&D is kind of not popular with a lot of people right now, apparently. I haven't played it in a dog's age. Which way did, okay, this goes like this. Oh, I need to get another piece. Where is it? Over here. I missed that. When they have these little sub-assembly like blurbs, I miss those. Yeah, D&D's gotten a lot of grief lately. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but it's apparently justified. Like lost a lot of their influencers and whatnot. Okay, so this goes like this. Okay, that's straightforward. I think I put too much glue on there. It's gonna go sploosh. Yeah, sploosh right out the sides. Gross. All right. And then this goes right there. There we go. And more glue on my fingers. Okay, and oh, I'm missing this little thing, which goes over. Yeah, that's a neat little detail. Yeah. Well, that release, like that legal release they had for it, was really draconian. I mean, if you looked at it, it's like, why would anybody hitch their wagon to it if that was their livelihood? You know. Okay, let's see. This goes. How the heck does this go? I think like that. I think like that. It's really hard to tell. It has like this little nubbin. I don't know if you can see it. Little divot. Where is this? Okay, it's got to go around. This is crazy because there's all these all the parts look like they could fit into that divot. There we go. That. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I think that's it. Let's see. Or not. The picture has it a little bit more over this way. Like that. Now if I can just get a little glue down without disrupting it too much. Without gluing my fingers. All right. Stay there. That was really iffy. Like I would have, well, if they put a little peg on there, I would have imagined that would have been made this a push fit model in essence or something. Okay, so this is right. Yeah, this is exactly like the picture. So let's see if I can show. All right, picture. Yeah, there. Okay. Yep. Stay. Page 3. All right, now it's just his little weird legs and his torso, I think. Stay back. Go away. But they're talking about already having a 6th edition Dungeons and Dragons soon. Honestly, I only I usually only care about editions for games if they're online, like or not online, computer games like Baldur's Gate and Solasta and whatnot. If you guys have played those. There. Okay. Legs and torsos. Shave this. I think I dulled this knife. That's a big chunk of plastic that I missed. Okay. I must have had the snips reversed. I missed a big mess of plastic on this guy. Look here, the tariffs. So your country has tariffs from the UK. Huh. Wonder why that is. Because I forgot. I was like, duh. Games Workshop is UK. Okay. Hopefully this guy's settled in. You know what? Oh, no, that's good. Okay. These attach. Aha. Okay, these attach here. Like that. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Amazon is shipping. Ah, okay. Yeah. That makes sense then. This guy's funky looking. That's wrong. There. That's right. I'll hold this for a little bit. And have a soda. Okay. And then this is his chest, his chesticological region. And this goes this on the left side. I hate manipulating this guy because I always worry it's just going to fall apart. Is that right? No. Let's see. I think maybe we'll try the other side first because I got a better picture of that. This goes. Okay. Oh, okay. No, that's weird. Is that right? No. Oh, lead there. Wait, is that? I don't feel like a satisfying click. Usually there's a satisfying click. Am I missing something? So it's supposed to, okay, so this wire plugs in to this part of the head. Aha, there we go. Then I immediately lose it, but there we go. There we go. I got that. Let's see. I spent too much and unfortunately never played. Oh, dude, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I have played maybe over the last, since this edition, I've played like 4 times. I definitely find the assembly and the painting more fun, but also I just don't have anybody near me. We don't have a brick and mortar store since we moved. Oops, gonna stay there. I need to make sure this sticks. I gotta hold this for a little bit. It almost fell off. But I mean, honestly, the rules for this edition are pretty rough. There's a lot of roughness in it and some abuses, but I kind of like one-page rules. But then the main reason I don't play is because there's nobody around. I might try to con my nephew into playing when he comes up to visit sometime. He likes to play Warhammer, though. Yeah, this thing is very delicate. Are you talking about what you're working on? There we go. All right, I'm going to pre-glue. Let's get that sucker on there. I think that's it. Okay. yeah. This thing is well, it's like it's so thin in areas that there's not a lot of obvious joins for it. Like this whole tail section on the base was very rough, but I mean, ultimately we got it, so that's a good thing. All right, so next up is the 3 arms on his left side, which is 16, 17, and 18. So it looks like he has 2 pistols that are like that. What's the 6-armed guy who shoots a lot? Let's see, 16, 17. Here's 17. Here's 16. Is it on the other sprue? Oh no, this is it. 16, 17. This is 18. Honestly, this is not as bad as the other week when I was working on the Mortis engine. That was much more finicky, but that was also because it was a much older model. I mean, I think that was a 20-year-old model, maybe 25. And it had a lot of ghostly parts. So a lot of it was like, attach this ethereal ghostly part to this other ethereal ghostly part that looks exactly the same and has no obvious joins. That took a while. Although I still I haven't finished putting it together because I'm going to have to paint it in sub-assemblies. So it's not completely done. So maybe it's even worse than I know. It might just get even worse. Okay. So 16, 17, 18. It kind of looks like this guy was originally made to have more options, because it looks like, his arms could be pretty easily magnetized, and like you can put his pistol on there. You could easily swap that out for something else, but he doesn't have any options. Okay, the pistol goes on the back here. Let's see. It was like this. Plugs it. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay, that actually like sticks in there pretty well. The guitar Noise Oh, the old one. You're talking like the metal one? The guitar Noise like not the current ones? That was a cool figure, man. You remember the original paint job, but that was very hair metal. That was a figure. And like that and the Gothic rocker for the orcs. They were cool. I had the Gothic rocker for my orc warband way back when, before I went to college. Millions and millions of years ago. Now, where does this plug into? Oh, that's dude. That's a figure. I do not want to know what you spent on that, because that must have been a chunk. Oh man, this is not sticking. Stay. I gotta hold this for a second. Are you gonna paint him in like current Emperor's Children colors with like the pink and the black? Or are you gonna go like all crazy with him? Because I remember the old figure had like leopard print and polka dots and all sorts of craziness. Okay. Oh, I got this totally pointed in the wrong direction. This goes. I should actually probably put in the other one first. This is pointing down. Yeah. That's a little iffy. Let's see how it glues. Should. I mean, that'll take some effort. Okay. This I have to hold because this is not a strong connection. Yeah, that would be a hassle. Like I was painting the sanguineous thing that I painted yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it this morning? This morning. And I actually I was like, oh, this is going to be tough to paint this part of it. And so I was like, oh, I know what I can do. I can put a cloak over it. Whoop, there. Now my problems have gone away. I don't have to paint that. There we go. Okay. That claw, you see this claw here? That claw. That's going to fall off at some point. I know claws. That claw is a faller. But whose fault is that? That's my fault. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and pre-glue this on the off chance that I get it right on the first try. On the extremely slim chance. Oh my God. I'm not going to jinx it. Thanks, man. But not going to jinx it, but this actually did go in the right way the first try. So we're going to see. I'm going to hold this extra long because I'd rather be right. There, I don't know if you can see. Let's see. It went in. Exciting. Okay. All right. I think that may work. Yay for me. Okay, next. 20 and 21. 21 is just an arm nub. I wonder what goes on it. Probably always big ass claw. That's what goes on there. So this is his second pistol, in essence. So we're getting ready to have another foot of snow tomorrow. Well, it's actually tomorrow and Monday. That's going to be crazy. So we still have like 2 feet of snow on the ground. Maybe a little bit more. Oh no, it actually kind of melted some last couple of days. Did I miss something? I think I might. I can't see it. Okay, so next is this gun that goes up here and fits like that. It actually kind of connects well. Let's try and get that in there. And try not to put pressure on any of the other things over there. I am in New England, central Massachusetts. I think you might be talking to me, Kiro. I don't know. There we go. That went in well. And now this. I'm curious why they ask you to. Well, I don't know. I don't know. How does this go? This is not a good angle on these instructions. Oh, there we go. Is that it? Ah, there we go. Okay. I should have put this one in first. Yeah, half Necron, half Tyranid. He does look like a Ravener, doesn't he? And hi, Vanzig. It's good to see you, man. There. Oh, and then I drop him. That's going to be annoying to paint, though, with him like wiggling up there. Unless something else, maybe his hand holds onto something. Ravener, Trigon, yeah. Snake. Have you seen those Raveners from Necromunda, man? Or is it Necromunda? I think it's Necromunda. Those Raveners with all the mutations, they're pretty cool. You have so many options to customize them. But I guess that's because they're a kill team. Yeah. Kill Team Raveners. Those are nice looking. All right, let's see. Our page 4. All right, we need 22, which is this little claw. Do they have 40K rules for those weird variants of Raveners? It's been so long since I've looked at like an army list for Tyranids. 324. And oh, we're actually getting close to the end. There's only a couple pieces left. And we're only 45 minutes in. So I'm going to have to figure out something else to put together. Which, get in your votes early for Wolf Scouts or Tau Stealthers. They're weird squad. They're a 5-man hero squad, basically. They do a regular. They can join a regular Ravener squad. Oh, that's beefy. I wonder how good that is. See, now I'm going to have to, after this, I'm going to have to go look up Wahapedia and look at their stats. Oh, Kiro, that's actually a resource that might be interesting for you, is wahapedia.ru. If you can, if you can go look at that, that has like all the stats of all the units in the game for 40K and some other Games Workshop things. It's a really good online resource. Hey, James, the 4th Legion. Who is the 4th Legion? It's in there. I just exposed my lack of lore knowledge. It's not my fault. Horus Heresy was just written when I stopped playing. They call them hyper-adapted Raveners. Huh. I'm definitely going to have to look that up. But the figures look like they'd be fun to make. The unit they join gets sustained. Oh, Iron Warriors. Oh, dude, that's what you were working on before. Duh. I was watching some YouTube people. They were listing like all their favorite Space Marine legions. They were not kind to the Iron Warriors. I was grumpy. Let's see, the unit they get sustained hits. Free heroic intervention. Interesting. Oh, they could take an enhancement. That's huge. Depending on the what is it? Their detachment. It's giving that entire squad. Well, again, I'd have to look at their stats though, and how many points they are if you slap them in with a squad. All right. Okay. So this goes on this other claw. You'd imagine they would have let you assemble this beforehand. Oh, it goes here. Right? Oh, okay. It goes behind. This is really crappy. I hate it. Seems they're pricey but fast and can eat even at night. Really? Well, shoot. I mean, that's interesting. Oh man, this is going to pop out of the socket. This was really badly written for instructions because this is like the worst possible place. It's going to be even worse to paint. This is going to be obnoxious. And it's falling out of its socket. Personally, I blame Smooth Jazz for this design error. There we go. Now it's working. So it's supposed to... Oh, it's all for this effect because then you put on the rest of the claw and he's like clawing around the pillar. So yeah. So it's so they can, look cool. Which, I don't begrudge that too much. Let's see. This goes like this, and then this goes in the middle here. That's not bad. So how pricey are they, Vanzig? Ah. If they can eat a knight in hand-to-hand, I'd say with the squad, 250, 300, something like that. Do they have decent shooting at all? Okay. All right, so this actually connects into... This is going to be obnoxious. I'm just putting glue everywhere on the off chance that I hit it. Come on, you can get it. This is not working. It goes over like that. Did I screw this up somehow? No, I'm just being a little bit retarded. Just a little bit. Okay. One of the kill team ones has shooting slightly above average flamethrower. Can you get multiple of those? That might be fun. There. No, just one. Yeah. Except when they don't lecture. All right. Shoulder pads, and then I think just head and whip, which you might as well get these off now. This is noggin. And whatever these are. Neuro whips or whatever. Okay. Probably some fun combos like bioparasite on the character, whole unit +1 surround. +1 attack for like every. That's huge. That is pretty huge. Like that seems like something you could build around pretty strongly. But that also feels like a gotcha rule. Like if your opponent doesn't know it, like if you knew it, you'd be much more careful about that unit. But if he doesn't know, you kind of don't mention it. Yeah. Man, that's huge. Oh, and his head. Gotta get his head. All right. Okay, so shoulder pads are next. And it looks like they go this orientation. And they fit onto two little spikes, so hopefully that should be easy. Yep. The sound of the detachment where every squad of worms ravaging digs a Skaven tunnel. Oh, 6-inch charges. That's huge. 6 inches, that is like 58% chance, or no? It's like a little bit better. It's like 62% chance, isn't it? Well, nine plus charges. Utter crap. There we go. Yeah, that is good. They have that one transport, right? The totally disgusting birthing vehicle. Yeah, like that's a transport, isn't it? Sort of. And the Harridan, again, disgusting. Oh, I forgot to shave this. I think I did. Yeah. Or they get the pod, the Sinosite or something. Okay. Wait, that's not right. All right. Oh, that stinks. I didn't shave this. I'm going to have to take it off. Well, if it survives. I'm going to have to take it off. So I did not shave this beforehand, and I can't have it show up in the painting. Can't have it. So Vanzig, did you see the post I did with the Sanguinius Spirit of the Black Rage? Pete the Wargamer did this really cool Sanguinius as the avatar of the Black Rage. And I was like, oh my God, I converted my Catan to that. Well, let's see. Terrace Tyrannocyte for 105 points, flies only one Carnifex. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. I will get it. Just a rare. But I basically followed his step by step. Let's see. Hold on. So it's basically you take a Catan Nightbringer and convert it into Sanguinius Black Rage. And it's I loved it. It was such a good thing. You take like that, and you take the wings from a Bretonian that I ripped apart. Yeah, it's super nice. Like he had such great inspiration. I was like, oh, I have to do that. And it's like Gulliman's halo and his sword, and then I just too used a topper and a dead marine, and it was wonderful. It was like my favorite experience for a long time. Painting. And so I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna message him on his community in a couple of days and say, hey, do you mind if I post a little video of me, completely copying your work? But it was so beautiful. Okay, now I need the whips and his head, and then that's it. So that'll be an hour and 20 minutes maybe. But yeah, I I watched his video and I looked and I saw that, was this the back? Oh, this is the back. Oh, so these come from here. Oh, these holes. Interesting. Okay, so these go, is this, hard to tell which is which. Okay, I think this one goes here. Yep, that's pretty straightforward. Thankfully, that is straightforward. I need to grab him by his torso. There. There. All right. This is fairly loose, so I'm going to hold it for a little bit. For a modern GW kit, this has been a little temperamental. I think just by the nature of it being a big snake guy and having, and the interactive pose with the claw on the base, that was a little iffy. Okay, this goes, let me make sure. There. All right. There we go. And now his face, and then base him. Let's check his face. I mean, hopefully this will go on pretty easy. Big fat fingers. Yeah, that fits nice. A little bit more glue. Scorpion Robot Man. Oh, which the one of the Archmagoses? Those can be finicky because of their tentacles and all that. There we go. All right, now base. How low can you go? What's a brother? All right. Anacris Scoria, all of his like, oh man. Yeah, but then the effect though, I mean, okay, people like will glance at the figure and be like, oh, that's a neat figure. But you know everything that went into that figure. So yeah. All right. There he is. There you go, guys. He is pretty damn awesome. I think I am going to paint this guy next because he is just really nice looking. I told myself I was going, I've been on a kick of painting like one figure from the armies I have not done anything with, but this guy is just too cool to ignore. Oh, I'll put him over here so he can be like in view. All right, so I want suggestion for next. We've got Wolf Scouts or Tau. So we put them up here. Wolf Scouts or Tau. Any thoughts? I'm curious, Wolf Scouts, they have helmets? Oh no, they've got ugly Phobos helmets. No, oh, now I have to see if I've got Wolves. Wolf Scouts, okay. But now I have to see if I've got spare Phobos helmets because I don't like they have those masks. Okay, Wolf Scouts we'll do next. They can do Gunner, Fangbearer, a Fenrisian Wolf, Rune Priest, Scald, Frost Eye, Trap Master. So did they make this Phobos guys? Because all these guys are like gray haired. Did they swap it so that Long Fangs are noobs? Oh, let's see. Just did Gray Slayers for 30K. Didn't use the leather gear. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like the crazy Viking heads for officers, but I don't like to do every single guy as a crazy Viking head. but I'm going to have to check that out. Okay. Trash. Delete Space Wolves Prey Stalkers. Gray Slayers. Recon, maybe. I've got here's my sponge full of heads, but I painted. Let's see, sponge full of heads, and I had some commando heads. I don't know if you can see them very clearly. Those are 3D printed commando heads, which I still have not figured at all what I'm going to do with them or who I'm going to put them on. I mean, I could use them for these guys because they're stealthy, but that's not very Space Wolfy. So maybe I'll do something else. Okay, bases, box. What is this? Oh, it's the cards. Kill team cards. That's kind of a cool packaging. It's a sealed folder. More Space Wolves decals, which are good. And here are, I want to take a quick look through the instructions. Yeah, Reavers are cool though, man. I mean, I love their helmets. Love all the stuff. Okay, build variants. Okay, helmets. Let's take a look at this room. They have lots of options. They have some really kind of wacky heads, I have to admit. You know, part of me I might just leave all their heads off and then decide it when I decide to paint them. Because those are really cool. All right, let's see here. You see the heads? They are some wacky people. Any more over here? So they don't have a lot of heads. They have 9 heads, but no helmets. Oh no, 10 heads. There's an officer. Yeah. There's a lot of like elder wolf heads on here. I seriously might just give them Phobos helmet and then have one guy with crazy head. Like that guy. That guy right there. Let's see if we can see him. Let's bring him close. That guy. He's kind of cool looking. Yeah. But okay, so looking through, you can do, looks like they have lots of options for weapons. Instigator Carbine. Frost Eye, Pack Leader. There's a guy with a hunter and a fang bearer. To be fair, I'm not going to do this like according to like the rules. I'm going to just pick which ones look cool. There's a guy with a plasma gun. And then there's a mage. So you can do the Rune Priest Scald, which I kind of don't like the look of him. It's kind of goofy looking. Hunter. Trapmaster. Might do that. It looks like multiples can have plasma pistols. And you can tell the officer because he has a tactical rock. So that's good. Instinctive Hunter, Psychic Rune Priest, Skeleton. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the Rune Priest. Like I like the librarian and Phobos armor. Oh, let's see. It's really bad at showing models now. The official page. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess because there's maybe a lot of options for this guy, but I don't know. Oh, he's got a cool backpack though. The Packmaster, which I'm totally going to use. I'm mixing these pieces. I don't care. That's it. I'm going to use the instigator and a big knife. That's right. I am chapter non-compliant. But okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, it's got to be this one with the, where's the tactical rock? There's the tactical rock. So it's got to be on this sprue. Okay, tactical rock. The easiest piece to find. No, not his 5-foot hair. No. So that's why I don't think I'm going to attach heads. I'm just going to maybe use the Phobos helmets and one crazy head. That is my plan. All right. Here's I found 3 and 4. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all, oh, that's really nice. They're all like right next to each other. 1, 2. Old Man Logan head. Did I show you my? I've got a 3D printed Space Wolf Wolverine character. I have to dig him out. But he's a pretty cool looking figure. Yeah, that's that one. I was a sucker for it, and I got that one guy. He's pretty cool looking, I have to say. Not painted him. I've only painted that one Blood Claw that I've done for Space Wolves. But they're sitting, waiting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. First guy set. Cleaning now. I've stopped looking at Etsy as much as, because I was. Etsy is a good way to get just stuff that you're going to take forever to paint. The Phobos sneakers, yeah. I don't know. They're not as bad as some things, like the high heels of the Gravis armor. It's like, dude, you're already huge and thick. You don't need lifts. Still cool armor. I feel like Gravis is what Terminator should be. With weird knee pads. Yeah, no. I'm not going to do that guy. I don't think. It's like, I know, stats are probably great. Probably gives you a lot of good options. But nah. Like an acquaintance was telling me, is like, oh, you should get the new Leagues of Votan box set that they had recently, which had like some Thud guns and some Berserkers, but all of the figures, I just did not like the look of any of the figures. And I was like, no, they're all goofy looking. No offense to any Votan players, but yeah. Okay, so this is the guy's bum, I think. I cannot tell. There, that's his bum. And his bum plugs into this guy's chest. That's funky. Yeah. Well, they're like the cheapest set. Like I watch, it's almost, it's like watching the stock market. I watched the boxes that they put on sale, like how they fluctuate on Amazon, and Leagues of Votann is always the lowest one. That and the Wood Elves from Age of Sigmar, and like they're below the 15% discount. 175. Yeah, nobody wants it, man. Votann has some cool figures. I don't like their helmeted versions because they're just like space helmets. But I like, their heavy weapon guys, the Thunderkin, I think they're called. And I like their call. But yeah. Let's see. This guy's leg is very wide. Okay. Yeah, the Berserks. I feel like Votann just does not lean enough into being space dwarves, Like squats, they were very much space dwarves. Votann are just sort of like space guys who are short. All right. And now Tactical Rock. Oh, I need to. Yeah. Well, it's also every single faction, whenever they're introduced, has to be the best of the best in something or other. That's not actually true, though. I have to catch myself because Gene Stealer cults, those guys are just half-assing it all over the place, and I kind of love it. But I still don't like the idea of playing a Gene Stealer cult. But I love when you have something like a Gene Stealer cult playing a battle against the Custodes, who two factions that should never, ever meet. It's like, first off, shouldn't be in, Custodes should not be anywhere other than Terra. He said, revealing his old age. But and then having them like fight and die to Gene Stealer cults is hilarious to me. All right, here's his Tactical Rock. There we go. And I need. Oh no! Come back. Or glue solves everything. You gotta hold this for a little bit. Most Tactical Rocks, they have like pegs, they sink into them, but not this one. It's just got a footprint. Okay. And I missed a spot. Okay. All right, stick. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I like the whole thing of 1 versus 100, defeating everybody, sort of thing. But it's like the lore really does not match gameplay. Although if you've looked at the Total War Warhammer 40K stuff recently, they're kind of leaning into that with like the orc detachments have like 100 guys in it, 50 guys, while the marine detachments, like the little units, have like 5, 10, 3. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out on the game, on the screen. But yeah, Custodes should be, supposedly, if you're going with the lore, they should, whoop on tons and tons of people. But it's kind of funny to see like 2,000 points of Custodes versus 2,000 points of Gene Stealers. It's like, well, if 2,000 points of Custodes are fighting 2,000 points of Gene Stealers, somebody screwed up, because they have local superiority. They should always have an advantage along those lines. and I just knocked this guy off his base. Son of a... If custodians are ever deployed in a situation where they might lose, somebody in the command structure screwed up. But anyways, I'm being too judgmental. All right, this guy I'm totally using his backpack because, all right, I'm using the gun from the second guy, the knife from the first guy, and the backpack from the first guy, and then everything else from the second guy because he's cooler, and the Space Wolf shoulder pad. And we're not going to do head. Oh, this has got an axe. Okay, 9 is the knife that we need. There. Oh, it's a power sword. It looks short though. Like not as long as other power swords. And I need the sheath for it. There's a pistol holster, which I cannot see. They're just, I don't know. I come from way back when, of that time where they just never left Terra. That was their thing. So they would never need rules. And then all of a sudden they're everywhere and everybody plays them. So I blame James Cavill. Let's see, we need Space Wolf shoulder pad. You can just beat them by throwing some 1,500 point unit onto them. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing of we remember like how it used to be just whoever wiped the other army, and then they started adding objectives and things. And if you played Epic way back when, they had a really good way of it where you could play the objectives, and if you got almost all the objectives at once, tactical superiority, then you pretty much won the game. But there was but there was also the route that if you just destroyed your opponent, that was a much stronger way to get the game. And now it seems to be it's much more play for points. When it's like, if the game went on for another turn, I would get all the objectives because your entire army's dead. So it's kind of like it makes it feel more like a game and less of a war game. Yeah. I don't know. This is just me displaying my age and being all grumpy. And did I get that right? Yep, that's the right. And I need 15. Where's his chest piece? Is it over here? Ew. It doesn't look like it is. There it is. Small. But there's a big argument for having just big tar pit units and small mobile, like lone operatives, just so you can get, hit the points, and get it that way. Ooh. This is a pretty cool looking cloak or backpack. I think is over here. So once again, a wolf cloak, skin of one of their fallen brothers. Pretty gross. Okay, I think. Oh, I need one more shoulder pad. There. Hmm, 21. This guy has a special shoulder pad, which I kind of like that. Okay, so no head though, because we're not doing the head. I think that's good. All right, that's a lot of cut little pieces for this dude. That's the whole kill team thing, I guess. Make them your dudes. I think this guy's gonna look cool though. He might be cheaty because he's got a power sword and an instigator bolt rifle. But I don't care. Oh, they do? I didn't notice. I still haven't, like, I saw that, they released a whole bunch of, new models for Space Wolves. I haven't looked at any of their stat lines yet. See if they're any good or not. I looked at the guy, hey, extra bodies to make all the specialists. Right? I probably should, but I don't have anything extra. Like, you can get some printed out, but I don't have any extras. I'm going to definitely keep all the pieces, and I have a box of what are those guys? Not I want to say interceptors, not intercessors. The stealth guys, and I might use bits and pieces. Yeah. Zero reason for Lemurus to ever bring his two pets. Infiltrators? Yeah, infiltrators. Yes, I have another box of those guys. That might be good. But zero reason for Lemurus to ever bring his two pets in 30K. Most people don't bring the 3 wolves in the Wolf Guard squad. Oh, really? Why don't they bring the 3 wolves? Oh, wait, you do have to pay for them, though, don't you? Well, I figure if you get, like, I got 2 squads of the Wolf Guard. Okay. How much are they if you just bought them as, like, a squad of 6 wolves? Not connected to the Wolf Guard? Is there any discount or anything for taking them with the Wolf Guard? The Wolf Guard are cool looking. That's one thing. Okay, so first we need pistol goes over here. Oh, that's nice. These are, you do some customization, but they also have little pegs for all their little bits and pieces. That's kind of nice. Kit Bash 2 from some spare intercessors. That's probably smart. I wonder, I'll have to see what parts I have left over, Darn, I didn't clean this well enough. But I should have a fair amount of things left over. Let's see, and sheath. There we go. That's one thing also that I think I told this to Van Zig before. I like about Space Wolves is they have a lot of sheaths and scabbards for their chain swords or their power swords. I kind of like that. It's nice to have those and they're fun to paint. Well, let's see. for like 6 guard head takers, 170, 6 with 6 wolves, 220. Yeah. Not enough space wolf backpacks. Yeah. The Root Priest does not appeal to me. It does not look like a cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just the old feeling of the aesthetic of a staff wielder walking into battle. I don't see that as being part of a scout team. Like the Phobos librarian looks like it. But yeah, let's see. You need to go slightly faster with guards, just ride a rhino or the fly. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to paint the wolves because, skeletons and wolves are like the easiest things to paint. So, there's like no point, no reason. Like I could get 6 wolves done in about an hour, maybe. 2 if I want them to look good. Okay, so I'm distracting myself by babbling. Okay, we need sword and other. Oh, okay. So you don't really get a discount for taking them with Wolfguard. You pay a little bit more, but they get objective control. So, There we go. Oh, yeah. Meh. Well, they do have the same rule? Well, that's kind of meh. Then you pay more for taking them with Wolfguard? That's kind of crap. Yeah. Vanzig, what's wrong with you? Why did you make those rules that way? Okay. Oh, I need to make his backpack. Perk. Oh, that really snaps right in there. Dang. Yeah. But, well, what was that? What was it that they had was always, seizing objectives that were super cheap, like Nurglings? And then they like nerfed a whole bunch of stuff, their objective control, because people would do stuff like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially since you're paying a premium. But don't they have some sort of special rule? Oh, yeah, scarabs. Oh, yeah. But don't they have some sort of special rule with the wolves that they can do something? Or no, don't they get these special rules that wolf head takers take for when they hit their chosen prey or something like that? Or do they not get that special thingy? This guy is pretty cool looking, I have to say. Even though he's not going to have a head. Tyranid stats are all good. Yeah. Well, see, I don't know. It's balanced because it's a bad rule, bad rule system. So it's kind of like pretty terrible. Vanzik, how does this happen? We get grumpy, start talking about rules and stuff. Yeah, they get to select a target for devastating. So do the wolves get that benefit of yeah, but do only the headhunters get that, or do the wolves get devastating wounds and precision on that target as well? Because that might be kind of fun. because it'd be kind of fun just to take these 50 points of dogs and throw them at somebody's character model. That's lame. Like all these chances for it to not be lame, and nope, it is lame. All right. That's the first dude without a head. So there. Ooh. I like the sheath and the cool backpack. It's very nice. Okay. Page 3. All right, so this guy could be a fang bearer or a hunter. So it looks like hunters just all can get plasma pistols. Because there's like 5 guys with plasma pistols in here. 2, 3. Oh, 3. It's almost 5. Oh yeah, so less than or equal to 5 guys can be hunters. I don't care about fang bearer. All right, let's get this guy. Oh, this guy has a tactical rock too, but it's a small tactical rock. So clearly he's a corporal. It's a tiny tactical rock. 22. So no, this is going to take up the entirety of the rest of the time that we've got here because kill team boxes always do that. They always take forever. They're also pretty cool. They always have the coolest bits. All right, 24 and 25. Where are your legs, sir? Right there. Every Wolf Scout gets a plasma pistol. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's a nice thing. And tactical rock. And he needs a backpack. It's over here. This one. You can replace with a magic staff instead of plasma. The Mind Guy keeps his plasma gun, replaces plasma pistol, sniper rifle, replaces plasma pistol. Okay. Yeah. I'm keeping the sniper rifle. I don't care. Just because I'm a big sucker for sniper rifles. I put a sniper rifle in my Reaver squad just because it looks cool. But I've never actually fielded that Reaver squad, so because Reavers are not that good. Even though they look cool in my cabinet, they look great. But on the field, less so. What's a cool ability? Looking cool? If scouts attack an enemy with no other enemies within. Oh, that is very good. +1 to wound is huge. That's like +3 to strength at times, depending. With a plasma pistol, I mean, plasma pistol is a strength 8 hit, right? So that, in essence, converts them up to strength 12, roughly. Or am I just completely wrong. Did you get that? No, I did not. I gotta go back because I missed the one. And now I think I must have missed them all. But nope. That is a really nice ability. Yep. Okay. All right. The gesticological region. Dry fit. Good. Yeah, I think I'm painting that Necron guy next. Just looking at him every now and then, I'm like, oh, that'll be fun, and how I'll attack that and that. I didn't dry fit this. I'm breaking my rules. There. Oh, it's not. Stay. Okay. This looks like it's very fitted, so it should go straight in there. Yep. I'm starting to get hungry. I had chicken tikka masala for dinner. Just from, Cafe Spice. That stuff is so yummy. Rising, did I tell you that we're getting another foot of snow tomorrow, the day after? It's going to be super fun. All right, this guy I'm just going to make a hunter. So he gets plasma pistol. Plasma pistol and a knife. Yeah. We had the one snowstorm there. Yeah. We still have a good amount of time. We moved here and we're told that this is the worst winter they've had in 30 years. And this will be like the 4th foot of snow. We still have like 2.5 feet still on the ground. And so it's just, oh my gosh, it's been crazy. Okay, let's see. 27. Oh, I think I'm looking at the wrong spur. Some of these like extra bits are going to be very cool. Space Wolves have some of the best bits, I have to say. 27, 31. Just over here. Okay, 30 and 26. Their knives are also cool because they look like trench knives. 30, 26 for a holster. Is it over on the other? Shouldn't be over on the other thing. Maybe. I cannot find this. Is it something obvious that I'm missing? No, it's just an empty holster. Ah, there it is. I'm blind. Okay. 28 and 29, which is plasma pistol. I get so excited when I see plasma pistols because I'm like, oh, that'll be fun to paint. I'll get to do the little glow effect on the coils. Okay. All right, that should be it. Is that it? See, it feels like you should have more. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to swap out his backpack or something. Oh, which is right. I did not get his backpack. 104. Am I missing his backpack? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you already used, I guess. Oh. Oh, duh. I already put it onto the figure. Yeah. What time is it? Getting a little tired. Okay. But you can apparently put a knife on this guy's backpack. So that's kind of cool. 113. That should be fun. Okay. Big old trench knife. Thing is, for the last couple of times we've had a big snowstorm, I've had like a doctor's appointment like during it, and I've always had to like reschedule it. So I've gotten the feeling like maybe I should not reschedule it, and maybe then the snow will stop. Like maybe there's something going on. Clearly, that makes sense. Correlation does not equate to causality, however. Where is this? Yeah, interesting. Okay. So Hunter, chess piece. Two of the Vampire Werewolf characters, one of the wolves are good in Age of Sigmar. Oh, You'd have to look at the stats. I mean, I know nothing about Age of Sigmar quality of characters and stuff. I just have a bunch of vampires because they look cool. And I'm doing a Vampire Counts army, so still, they look cool. Though not a lot of people agree with me. Okay. Which vampire werewolf characters do you have? Do you those tall ones, like the half dragon ones? Because those guys are kind of funky. Oh, I did not get a shoulder pad. That's what I should have done. Oh, duh. Of course not. They're not werewolves. Duh. They're half dragon weirdos. I was trying to think of like where you would have gotten some without meaning to. 29. There. Oh, they're the werewolf faction? So there's factions within the Soulblight Gravelords? I did not know that. I just thought they were all the same, part of the same. Let's see, where does this life on the backpack go? It goes like this up here. They toned it down? What do you mean? The older edition Soulblight was separate. Oh, okay. Vehicles rules Vingorian half dragon monsters, Castellet, but I didn't know that. That's interesting. I just thought they were all, one big happy family. Stay. No, stick. All right, where's that guy? Again, we are saving the heads for later because I'm probably going to give them helmets. Like the chuckleheads that they are. All right, next. All right, next dude. 38, 39, 40, 41, and 105 for the backpack, which I'll do right now so I won't forget. Okay. Let's see. Wartarks. Manfred is Legion of Night. Neferata, Egypt, Snake Lab. Huh. Yeah, I've cultivated my ignorance of the end times. Although they're doing a expansion pack for Total War Warhammer now for it. So I guess I'll learn more through osmosis. Well, I remember they had like 5 bloodlines. It was like Lamia and Strigoi and the Karsteins and a couple others, I guess. I can't remember them offhand. Necron, Lamia, and Strigoi. Something else. And face. Yeah. Apparently, Ark in the Black's representation in the end times is one of the few that is actually really good. Oh yeah, the Tomb Kings. Now, Ark in the Black is kind of like a cool character, and he supposedly is like very honorable, but you just know that his loyalty is straight to Nagash. But beyond that function, he supposedly is a decent guy, kind of like Karn, the Betrayer. It's like, just don't be in Karn's squad. He's okay. Ooh, mold lines. This is the first visible mold line I've seen. I don't know if that's from engineering or just better casting. Okay. It's getting cold. I can hear the heat turning on. Oh, they're made of plastic, Kira. Well, they're mostly plastic. They used to be made out of resin or fine cast, and then before that, metal. Um, pewter at one point, lead at another point. I don't know what modern, because there are some figures that are modern made out of metal, but I don't know what that composition is these days. If anybody knows, I'd like to know. Come on, stick. This guy, too, has a tactical rock. So there's a lot of tactical rocks in this squad. Yeah. Well, don't they still, aren't the Middle Earth models still mostly metal? I think. I could be wrong, but. Or there's at least a significant portion of them are still available, but it's metal. I'm honestly kind of like, for one reason, I like the move over to plastic because it's so much easier to customize figures. It's so much easier to make them your own. In the old days, I remember it was a big deal to like hack off the arm off of a figure. Unless the arms, even back when I was playing, in the '90s, Usually, like for the Eldar, the pieces that were metal were just the torso, the head, the legs, and the arms were all plastic. Then the heads were replaced with plastic too. Okay. All right, next. All right, this guy can be a gunner or a hunter, so I'm going to make this guy the gunner because so he can have the plasma gun. Because I figure he's still a space wolf; he'll still be able to be fighty to a degree. All right, 47, 48, and 49. Here's 47. Knife. What is 48 and 49? This looks like a pouch. Oh, is it? Okay. Plastic and resin. Oh, okay. I just remember reading an article, something about that being like the last bastion of metal miniatures. Excuse me, I'm yawning again. Where's 49? Should be on this sprue. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's very tiny. I need 50, 51, 52. Here's the plasma gun. Yeah, you're probably right. Or storage somewhere for sure. No head and 114. What is 114? Looks like some sort of gear. Oh, there it is. It's a gear pack that goes onto the back. And with a token wolf skull. Yeah, fail cast. When I was at the local game shop where I used to live, I went and I tried to get some of the, I think they were striking scorpions or some Eldar aspect in fine cast. And the owner of the store stopped me. He's like, "No, you don't want to get those." I was like, "Really?" That's when I learned about fine cast and that whole chapter in Games Workshop history. I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." He took them and he put them in a box behind the counter. He did not restock them. I think he might have been surprised I found them because they were back. They had a large area. They had an apocalypse box for $20, which I was pretty pleased to get. Let's see. Didn't want to bother me. Yeah. Feel casting. Sorry, I thought you said something new. Store says 85 plastic choices, 81 metal, 75 expert resin, 54 resin. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So what are the metal choices? Is that all Lord of the Rings stuff? I think they have some they make to or they build to order that might be metal now. Because they made a big to do about bringing back like the old Dante figure. Yeah. I saw they had a like a reproduction, like anniversary edition of Slambo on Amazon. And I was like tempted. I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. And then I looked at the price tag; it was like $120. I was like, no. I mean, Slambo is cool and all, but not that cool. But I know there's probably lots of folks that like him. What was I? Oh yeah, knife. Okay, so the knife goes on here. I have to admit, I like how the kill team stuff just sometimes just fits together so well. Now, which this goes on the hip, I believe. There. Vanzig, what is the most expensive metal model that they have? I'm curious. Oh, if you can find those metrics. Is that right? There it is. I had that wrong. And this goes straight up. That. Oh, that's good. That looks cool. Is that right? No, that can't be right. Yeah, that's right. I had to rotate it 90 degrees. Right, now, gun. Okay. Not counting huge squads. Gandalf is $89 for 3 versions, standing, horse, and cart. Huh. Does he have rules for using the cart in game? That would be pretty cool. It'd just be so great. It's like I just ran over your orc army with my cart, buddy. Take that. And fireworks. Fireworks up the yin yang, buddy. Okay. Here we go. Now we got to put on plasma gun and connect his other arm to it. I hate this. I hate connecting supporting arm to firearms that need both. Gives me a neurosis. Dark Angel Library. Ezekiel. Interesting. So they don't have like that special that they're because they had like a thing where they said made to order. Maybe those are in resin, but I don't know. They had like 4 old Marine figures that they were doing made to order, or maybe they haven't done them yet. Maybe they just announced they were going to at some point. Stick. There we go. Oh, that's an ugly figure too. The Chaos Dragon. At least I feel it's ugly. I don't like it. It's the one with the split head. There. Plasma. And Wolf Skull. There we go. All right, 3 dudes. All right, next guy. I'm going to use this hatchet, which I did not get to use with the last guy because it looks cool. So where is it? It's over here. Nope. Did I not get to use the hatchet? I see a hatchet, but I don't see the one that I'm supposed to use. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm going to put that on there just because it looks good. Oh, do you? How is it as a figure? So I'd be curious. And can you use it in the game? Because that would be sweet as hell. Okay. All right, 53, 54, 55, 56. Oh. Puppies scratching at the door. There's 53. It is a weird, really weird looking groin. Yep, right there. Did it? I thought it was still being produced, Lord of the Rings. Because they had that whole like Rohirrim thing somewhat recently, if I recall. Where's his other leg? Ah, there. Hey, Augie. Hey, puppy. Puppy scratching at the door. And 56. It has some cool looking figures. I just feel like a Lord of the Rings. It's a cool spectacle, but it's never was like a world where I felt like I wanted to get down into it, and be part of it. Not sure if that's. I don't know if there's a word for that or a phrase. Like even the video games. Oh, create house rules for every missing character. Dang, Vanzig. That sounds like an undertaking. I remember when I was a munchkin, I was, before, oh gosh, what was it? Before I could actually get any of the miniatures, I used to like to read the books, and I made 30, 50 name dude. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of them in somewhere along. But I remember I used to, before I'd read the books, read the rules, read all the army lists that I could, and I made up a faction that was basically just order. It was chaos with the same stats and everything, same units, but it was order. So it was 4 gods of order and paladins instead of chaos knights and whatever. And told myself, if I was ever going to make an army for Warhammer Fantasy, it would be the army of order, and I'd use just regular knights and stuff. And but then when I got old enough and had enough money, my first army was undead because they were cheap, and because they you get like 60 skeletons in a box. Well, there was the whole thing of order is, yeah, in a boring order way. The whole thing of order is like you wake up in a cabin and it's perfect and the day is perfect. You go out and you work on the farm, you ride your horse, and you come back and you relax and you had a perfect day, and then you go and lay down, and then you wake up and you have another perfect day, and then you have another perfect day, and then you just have nothing but perfect days, so nothing means anything. That's the tyranny of order, and I like that idea, but yeah, because I remember there's some book series where the forces of order came to help this world, and the people were at first very happy that they came to help them, but then when things started to calm down, they were not so happy. I wish I could remember what the name of that book series was. I kind of want to say it's something by Feist, but no, that's the Rift War stuff. Okay. All right. Now, groin. Like that. Okay. Good fit. No, I don't think it was because I remember reading that and I remember a lot of Michael Moorcock's. But what was that? I mean, is that similar to what Order was? Maybe that is what I read. It's been a long time. I barely read any books anymore. I think the last thing I read was McCulloch's First Man in Rome. Yeah, it's been a long time. Interesting. So this guy you just kind of assemble half-assed. Like that. That's and then the variant replaces all those pieces. Huh. It's okay. We're going with the hunter. Excuse me, I'm starting to yawn. I think once I finish these guys, that'll be it for tonight. Just got these two left to go. 57, 58. Where's 53 from? Hmm. Hmm. Nope, I did not forget any shoulder pads. There's 58. Tiny pieces. 59 and 60. Oh, no. Don't need 59. There's something else on the other guy's hip. Fine. $66. So I'm taking the leg pieces from the wizard guy and using it on this dude. Because why not? Because they look better. Okay, need 106. Dungeons and Dragons of Pern, the Death Case. What was the Death Case cycle? That sounds familiar, but I can't remember it. You'd imagine Dragons of Pern would be something that's already been adapted. I mean, because that was always a little, a little progressive. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and I still need his gun. 61. I used to like reading the Vladimir Tautosh series by Stephen Brost. But then I went back to it recently. And he's like written like 10 novels since then, and I started to read them, and I did not enjoy them. They're very different because I think like they took the character and made him, I don't know, he no longer seemed vulnerable to anything. He used to be just a guy who was a gangster in a fantasy crime world sort of thing. But then he apparently became the chosen one or something, and he had an ancient soul, and he had a great weapon of superpowers, and I don't know, changed it. Felt like it changed it from low fantasy to high fantasy. I'll have to look up Deathgate Cycle. What type of books do you? Well, like I said, the last couple things I've read is historical stuff. So, Last Stand of the Tin Can Sailors. If you've ever read about that the Last Stand of the Tin Can Sailors is a really good book of a true account during World War II of a battle in the Pacific where a bunch of torpedo boats fought a bunch of battleships, and it was crazy. And and then after that, I've been reading The First Man in Rome, which is historical. Christine McCulloch, or I think that's her name, just about Gaius Marius and Sulla, and then eventually Caesar and Octavian. Deathgate Cycle. Some ancient wizardish guy has an airship. He visits different realms. Oh, I've never read that. Four of Zells and different. Interesting. I'll have to try to keep remember it. I'll look back through the log. Try and see. So this. All right. So now chest piece on this dude. Did I get the chest? Yeah, I did. Oh, Weiss and Hickman. I liked the Dragonlance novels way back when, but I tried to reread them, well, like a decade ago, and I could not get into them. I liked them when I was, 13, at the time. At the time, it was like, oh my God, there are books being written about Dungeons and Dragons, and it was like, yay! So that was what it was for me. Did you ever see the the cartoon of Dragonlance? Hilariously bad, like super bad. And it has like Kiefer Sutherland in it doing voice acting. Let's see, I gotta check back. This goes on the left hip, which is the only place it could go, actually. Huh. Well, they were just, a bunch of people playing a campaign and recording what happened. They were not very good stories. And they would do things like they would skip entire, well, I guess it's very Star Wars, but they skip huge swathes of story. Deathgate Cycle. See, I don't think I've read either of those either. I haven't read fantasy in a long time. But I've got to the point where the only time I read is like right before bed, and then I end up, falling asleep while I'm reading. And so every night I'd reread the same few pages. Like it's rare for a book to grab me enough that I want to read it when I'm not about to fall asleep. And there we go. Oh, I forgot to do the base, though. There we go. Oh, sticking to my fingers. Superhumans like Space Marines, all reds are lowly helium miners, and pinks are. Is that the Red Rising? That's the Martian one, isn't it? Red Rising? I think I might have heard about it. Okay, there's that guy. Ta-da! All right. This is the last dude. 73 and 74. So 576. What is that? Oh. There aren't a lot of body parts left over, but there are lots of accessories left over on this spur. Oh no, I think this was a good set. Not as nice as the Krieg box, but a lot of options. Oh, and I still got to put the wolf together. Duh. That shouldn't take too long, though. Why is it not going? I think my X-Acto is starting to dull up. Got a Kindle, so you don't need to carry. Interface is bad. So, yeah. There's something like Amazon totally changed their interface for a lot of things. Like you used to be able to just, they had this really robust interface for video searches and such. And now they give you like 20 and say, there you go, that's it. That's all you need to see. It's like, what? Because you used to be able to go, I want to watch Kung Fu movies or something. And it would literally list like thousands of them. And then I guess they realized that that was putting a lot of strain on their infrastructure, I guess. And so now you get like only a handful. Oh, I did not get that. Okay. The torso. Yeah, I'm definitely painting that guy next. Until I'm getting tired because I'm like not dry fitting as much. I'm just slapping it together now. Yeah. Well, I mean, for the longest time they had a lot of media simply because there was no demand. But as more and more streaming, things came up, they got a lot more call for even the crappiest of media, just so people could tick the number up for how many different pieces of article or media that they had, rather. There we go. Okay. Next. All right, Trap Master or Hunter. I'm going to do the Trap Master just because he still gets the plasma pistol, so there's no point in not doing it. But I'm also giving him an axe because, yep, because that is cool. Because otherwise, his off arm is just empty. You can't have that in a Space Marine. You just can't. The mine separate from the hand? Yes, it is. The mine is separate from the hand. You have to connect it. But the thing is, you use. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can't use it. Maybe I already used the arm for it for something else. Let me see. 87. Do they still have that arm? Or is it 87 or 67? No, 87. Huh. Where's the mine? 88. Let me get this. 88. Oh no, it still got it. It was 87. Well, you could snip off the handle. It's pretty straightforward. Here. There's the hand. Well, let me see. There's the hand on the mine. You could just nip off the handle and strap it to their back or to their hip, maybe. But I'm just going to put a holster on the guy and an axe because axes are cool. And that's if you have an option to take an axe, you should always take an axe. There we go. Do they still have power axes? Who has power axes nowadays? It used to be librarians used to be the only ones who could take. Or no, those were force axes or something. Force swords, force axes. Okay, 7. Okay, now I need to cross up different things. 78 for their belts. 78 and 84 for the holstered weapon. Just right here. Okay. And we're going to go with the other axe, which is 79. Oh, that's right. Homogenized it. Oh, this is cool. He has a big rope on his backpack. I was wondering where that would be used. Or is it maybe cabling? Oh, it does. Detonator cable. There. Detonator cable. For the mine, I guess. Okay, we need 2 shoulder pads. 80 and 82. Do we have any other cool shoulder pads on here? There's one from a different chapter. to. Make sure I got anything else I need. No, that's it. Okay. This knife is dull now. It's like a chunk. I mean, it's not dull, but it is a performance degradation that I can sense. Duller, I guess. Let's see. 30K axes are much stronger. Huh? Why is that? Like, what's the stat difference? Like I remember in the edition of Fantasy, whips were like garbage for like first edition, second edition, third edition, fourth edition. Whips were garbage, and then it was like fifth or sixth, where suddenly they got in the equivalent of strikes first, and they became god tier. And then in the next edition, they were garbage again. And so like everybody who could use whips, which was of course Slanesh, but crazy. Because so much in Warhammer Fantasy was all about who got to hit first. And for the longest time, why two-handed weapons were terrible. Unless you could charge with them and get the fights first with that. But then they errated that, I think. All right. Last dude. You need his arm first, and I'm going to attach the mine. So it's time to glue before I actually put it on there. Time to stick. Okay, axes. Initiative -1, right? Initiative? Is that right? Strength +1, AP3, breach. Oh, so to kill Terminators. Terminators is very prominent in Horus Heresy, aren't they? If I recall correctly. There we go. And I guess the axe. More than 100 extra. Interesting. 2+ armor is common, or Terminator is interesting. So, good thing. Have you been playing any Horus Heresy lately? How much? Yeah. I was looking for yeah, I was looking for a game of it on YouTube to watch, and I wasn't seeing that many options. Boy, did I? You know, I forgot to get his chess piece, which I kind of like the other chess piece. I think I'm going to do that one. This one. Because it has a knife. Okay, and the knife goes this way. It's a very Raptors looking piece of equipment. But I think that whenever like a knife is angled upwards, but this also has pouches and a grenade, so it's super Raptors like. Like, what do you mean? What kind of bad advice? Throw anything on anything, all that matters is it looks cool. I mean, I do like the rule of cool and all, but no, picking at random, no. But I see it's fun, but it's also winning is fun too. I mean, the rule of cool though, dude. I mean, that's the thing is I really like enjoy. Well, I guess that's because I do a lot more painting than playing, so it's easy for me to say. There we go. The detonator cord is pretty cool. This guy. All right. All right, I think this is the last dude. Well, no, the wolf. That's right. I got the wolf. He should be quick though, hopefully. Okay, there's the dude. Axe in mind. Dog. Dog is 5 pieces. He's smaller than the other Fenrisian wolves. I wonder if he's like a puppy or something. Wait, what is that? There. That's weird. It's like a small part of his torso. Would be, but some of them have like the really old guys in this squad too. Like the librarian and the pack leader are old guys. So maybe just the hunters are the young scouts, which I guess would make sense. But still, puppy dog, Fenrisian wolf would be cute. Okay, and that's it. And then this face. That should be it. All right. But this guy definitely seems smaller than the others. I wonder if he's different stats wise. Vanzig? Find out. There we go. Okay. 3 more pieces to shave. I chop his ear off a little bit. Sorry. Not my fault. Ah, interesting. Do you get them for free with the squad? Or do you have to pay for them? Okay. So let's see. This. That goes in there. Oh, let's see. 5 Marines plus 1 wolf, or 10 Marines plus 2 wolves. Single cost. Interesting. Do they have to be within unit coherency? Displaying them. You know, a few extra attacks is always good. And good for pile in and whatever. Puppy dog. Yeah. That's not so bad, but yeah. Still pretty expensive, though, for what you get with those. All right. Stick. Right there. Dog. Woof, woof. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me while I put stuff together. A wolf and dreadnought? Oh, well, wait. Isn't that what Murderfang is? So, yeah, I mean, that Murderfang is freaking cool. But I didn't know that there was like a default wolf and dreadnought. But anyways, I'm going to head out and I'm going to eat something, and then that's it for the night. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by, Vanzig. Good night. And it was a lot of fun talking to everybody and hanging out. And you take care, okay? Bye-bye. Kill this. In stream.